Hi, I'm Jeff Altman, the Big Game Hunter. I'm called the Big Game Hunter because I've been hunting down leaders and staff for organizations for more than 40 years. Today I want to respond to a reader who asked me a pretty simple question, but it's one that more and more people are concerned about in today's economy. And that is, I had a Chapter 7 bankruptcy. And when or should I disclose to a recruiter or to an employer that I had a bankruptcy? Now, let me just start by saying this is a much more common problem today than it was 10, 15, 20 years ago. I feel badly for you, and I want to address the question very directly. An employer is not allowed to discriminate on the basis of bankruptcy. And they can't ask you a question during an interview as to whether or not you've had a bankruptcy. They are entitled to perform a credit check. If you're in a role or would be hired in a role where there's, quote, sensitive financial data that's involved or financial information or you're handling money, that is a criteria that allows them to turn you down. When they ask to perform a credit check, in theory you can decline to allow them to do that, but that's a signal that there's a problem there and they'll probably turn down your application. So the question was, when do you disclose? How do you respond during an interview? Do you volunteer this? And my personal opinion is no. You don't volunteer this unless there's a need, because I think the statistics I saw were something in the area of maybe 13, 14% of employers do credit checks. So that's fewer than 1 in 5. From your standpoint, you've learned your lesson, I'm sure. And what you don't want to do is put yourself behind an 8 ball or unnecessarily cause yourself stress. Now, if you're applying for a job for which, or your career is one in which you have that sort of responsibility, you do have a problem. But for most individuals, that's not an issue. So the only time I would really disclose to an employer or to a recruiter like myself that I've had that sort of an issue is if I'm being presented to an employer for whom the role would be that, where I'm handling discrete data. I might ask the third-party recruiter whether or not this is a firm that performs a background check or a credit check. And it's I want to be clear, specifically a credit check. A background check, there's nothing intuitively problematic about it. A credit check, there could be. So if you're interviewing with a bank, for example, you might ask the recruiter as part of the process, what kind of background checking do they do at the time that they're ready to make an offer? If they say they're going to perform a credit check, then you disclose to the recruiter that you have the history. Up until that point, there's no reason to, because all that's going to happen is most recruiters are going to be a little frightened, and they may go to the next candidate. They don't think of it as discrimination. They think of it in terms of being someone who's looking out for their client's interests, whatever that means. So, again, to summarize, an employer, by the way, government a government job is not allowed to discriminate in any way, shape, or form based upon your credit history. So that may be your best avenue. But to summarize, what you don't want to do is voluntarily give this information to a recruiter or to someone at a firm if there's no need for them to have it. Only if you are being placed into a role for which there would be sensitive financial information do you disclose to the third-party recruiter that you've had this kind of history. So this is Jeff Altman, the Big Game Hunter. I hope you found today's video helpful. If you did and you're watching on YouTube, click the like button that's down below. Let people know that you liked the video and found it helpful, or maybe write a comment that lets me know that, or lets others know, I should say, that this was a helpful video. If you're watching on my website, or if you want to go over to my website, the address is jeffaltman.com. At my site, you can sign up for a complimentary subscription to my e-zine, which is called No BS Job Search Advice. I publish it on Tuesdays with advice for job hunters that's good anywhere in the world. It's a $399 value I give away for free. In addition, at my site, you can read previous articles I've written for the e-zine, watch other videos I've done for YouTube, and of course you can watch them on YouTube. At YouTube, I want to invite you to subscribe to my channel, which is The Big Game Hunter TV. That's all one word, no spaces. The Big Game Hunter TV. This way you'll get notified when I do new videos. It's a lot more convenient than always coming to YouTube and looking for them. At jeffaltman.com, you can post your resume to more than 50 sites from mine, listen to podcasts of my radio show, No BS Job Search Advice Radio, which I broadcast Mondays at 9 a.m. on Blog Talk Radio. In all cases, I try to give advice that's good for people anywhere in the world. And the easy, for example, is a $399 value I'm giving away for free now. At my site, you can also use the Easy to Work with Career Builder links that are on the home page on the right-hand column. Search positions I'm recruiting for. Find out about my VIP personal search agent program. There's a link to Indeed on the page where you can post your resume to all those sites. And Job Search Universe, that one's on the bottom of the home page. And both of those search thousands of other sites for job leads, so you don't have to find all these places. There's information about my books and guides to job hunting as well as other people's books, so come over to the website and go exploring. Two final things, if I may. First of all, if you haven't already done so, send me a connection request on LinkedIn. The address is linkedin.com/IN/the-big-game-hunter. I accept connection requests from people anywhere in the world, except if you're in a country known for scams or spam, except if you're a third-party recruiter. Finally, are you hiring someone at your current firm, or do you know of someone who's trying to hire someone? Send me an email at the address below. Let me know who to contact and whether or not I can mention your name. I'd love to help you or someone at your firm do some staffing. So this is Jeff Altman. Hope you have a great day, and I hope you found today's video helpful. Oh, I forgot to mention, if you have a question for me, send me an email at the address below. Let me know what the subject is, and I'll try and do a video for you like I did for this person. Have a great day. Take care.